With the recent announcements regarding the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo taking their anti-consumerism to the extreme, it really made me want to whip out my 3DS and reminisce on a time when Nintendo actually cared about their customers. The 3DS just recently turned 14 years old and is still one of the most vibrant consoles Nintendo's ever produced. The community surrounding the 3DS is more alive than ever, and just like the Wii, Wii U, and even the DS, it has such a rich history of homebrew and so much to offer on that front. Even though the eShop, online services, Miiverse, and so much more has been officially shut down by Nintendo one by one over the past few years, the simple task of modding your 3DS can single-handedly revive the console in even more ways than just playing some backed up games. So in this video, I'll be showcasing my modded 3DS and everything on it. I did make a video like this back in 2023, and since then I've added so much more, and I think it'd be cool to check it all out. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for more modding content. Now, let's hop straight into it. So of course, I have to start with the home menu. And I have to say, I think I have a bit too much going on here. I'm not a fan of folders and having to click an extra button to get to my games, so I tried my best to organize them based on how much I play them. I of course have the essential games, or at least what I would say are the essentials. I've also got forwarders for all my DS games from Twilight menu, which is very easy to do by simply downloading the NDS forwarder app from the Universal Updater, which is essentially the homebrew app store. It really adds some extra flair to the home menu and makes it so you don't really ever have to use the Twilight menu unless you want to enable cheats or just get the DSi menu. The home menu theme I have is a nice GameCube inspired theme to really have as a throwback. If you saw my modded GameCube video I made a while ago, I did mention that it is one of my favorite consoles, and I really just love its aesthetic and music. Anyways, moving on to some of the apps I have here, I of course have all the homebrew apps that come with modding the system, the green shop that starts with an H, and some extra ones I found on the Universal Updater such as Twilight Patch, which allows you to get 16:9 widescreen for a majority of DS games through the Twilight menu. Now onto some of the more niche and extra features that I have on my modded 3DS. I of course want to start with Pretendo. I'm pretty sure that if you're watching this video you've heard of Pretendo. Over the past year it's gotten so much attention, and rightfully so. I mean, without it the 3DS online community would have probably died entirely when Nintendo shut down the servers. Anyway, I don't have much to say besides that. It supports a decent chunk of the online heavy games like Mario Kart, Mario Maker, Kid Icarus Uprising, and even Triforce Heroes. And from what I've seen on the forums, it looks like Animal Crossing New Leaf and Smash 4 are in development as well. So I definitely keep an eye out for community updates. Now moving on to some emulation, I'd say you get the run-of-the-mill performance with the 3DS here. Of course we have NES, SNES, Sega Genesis, N64, and even Virtual Boy. However, I'm not too interested in the last two, especially N64, since I have an old 3DS model and it's pretty much incompatible with N64 emulation. Not to mention there's also the Virtual Console for a lot of these systems, so emulation isn't entirely necessary unless you want to play some Super Nintendo on an old 3DS. For a few extras I wanted to mention, we have input redirection, which is used to help connect a Bluetooth controller to your 3DS. I personally tried this with my Switch Pro controller, and I gotta say I was very impressed by how well it works, and I'd definitely give it a shot, especially if your circle pad has stick drift like mine. However, it's important to note that this won't work with any DS games, and I don't think I really need to explain why that is. I also wanted to mention ArcticBase, which is used to stream your 3DS games through Citra. It essentially lets you play your 3DS games on the emulator without going through the hassle of downloading the ROM files, and it works pretty well. It is a bit choppy when it comes to the performance, but it is still in development. It's another nice thing to try out if your 3DS is having some hardware issues, and you can even use your 3DS as a controller itself. With all that, I think it's safe to say that the 3DS truly is a special system. The last of its kind, really. With it being Nintendo's last dedicated handheld and the last time they actually cared, it truly does live up to that title of just how much you can do with it. If you haven't modded your 3DS yet, I don't know what you're doing. I know that they're very expensive nowadays, but if you already have a 3DS and it's not modded yet, all you have to do is go to 3ds.hacks.guide and it will give you the entire written guide and the most up-to-date methods for hacking your 3DS. And checking the written guide, always just make sure that you're up to date with all the new methods. Anyway, I think I've said enough today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. And until next time, take care.